Hey, it's Robert here from Dark Raven Wargaming. So today I'm showing a new unit that I'm really satisfied with. So this one will be my Imps when playing 9th Age, and then Pink Horse if I switch to Warhammer, WoP or the Old World. Now firstly, let's talk about the models. So these ones is called Croak Raiders, and they're originally from minions in War Machine Hordes. And mostly they're painted in the same scheme as the rest of the army, so kind of sticking with the purple-bluish, siege-like colors. And furthermore, besides loving the appearance, I also think they fit theme-wise, or at least in 9th Age. Like, for example, they don't look that dangerous in combat, then being frogs, they could jump to avoid shooting, which fit the special save, and then throwing stuff works with volley fire, and so on, in my opinion. Now, as for command models, the standard bearer is the guy with the torch, which I thought was cool since they can have flaming attacks. And then for musician, I converted one of them to holding a horn, but I have no idea where it's originally from. I kind of just found it in a bits box and then were lucky that it fit in a hand. So the only thing that's missing is finding a model for a champion. And I want him to really stand out, plus also look like a hybrid caster, like holding a magical spear or something. And this is obviously because of the unit's ability to cast spells. And now on to thoughts and tactics in 9th Age. So initially, I gotta admit that I was really skeptical of this unit. I didn't really see it as a strong enough entry compared to the other core units. But lately I've started getting ideas of how and when I will use it. So first of all, an obvious benefit is getting a shooting unit, which I especially see useful for clearing chaff, since most chaff doesn't have much armor. And with volley fire, I can have them safely behind one of my smaller units, which is always a nice quality. But I guess, since they're strength 5, you can kind of target monsters and things like that too, as long as they're not too heavily armored, of course. And another reason for taking them is when I feel I need an extra spell. So, for example, when I only have 2 to 3 from characters. And I think I like the champion upgrade better, paying 40 points and getting Spear of Infinity. Cause mainly, it just doesn't make sense paying 15 to 20 points more for a bounce spell. And especially not when the army rule gives me +1 to cast with 2 dice. Then also, it's always a nice bonus for challenges, both against characters and making sure that your character won't get stuck in duels. Then, when it comes to manifestations, I'm probably thinking either Aura of Despair or Incendiary Ichor, because Accurate fixes one problem, only having 4 up to hit base, while Incendiary Ichor, besides getting flaming attacks, makes them a bit safer against pyromancy. But for scoring purposes, I'm kind of torn, because I like my scoring units to at least be able to take care of weaker units, like Fast Cav, Eagles, etc. But since Imps are so terrible in combat and can't stand and shoot, they don't really feel reliable to last. And sure, they have 5-up Aegis and extra against shooting, but I just feel they're squishy both against magic and weaker melee units. So I feel they would be most useful in more offensive lists. Like, if the opponent has plenty of more urgent threats, maybe they're mostly left alone. So, in summary, I'm still not sure I think they're worth the points. But when I try them, which I will, I'm thinking of keeping them relatively few and cheap. And that's all for today. Then, in the next episode, I will show my coolest characters so far. So I really hope to see you in that one. Take care and peace out.